All right, since we have a few minutes here, let's spin the wheel of cancel. Really got to get those fixed.
Well, no, they both want story 5.
All right, story
5.
number 5.
What do you got on the wheel of cancel, Pat? Tell us.
The unintentional racism found in traffic signals. We need to cancel traffic signals. At least the little white guy that tells you to cross.
No, you can't. No, please. Make it stop.
Just because something doesn't use an offensive mascot doesn't mean it can't reinforce a broken system and the systemic racism that is going on in this country. A few months back, before COVID-19 kept us in our homes and George Floyd made us take to the streets, this particular reporter was talking to a friend, her daughter, and twin sons. My friend is white, and I'm not. Something I'd never given a second thought until we reached a crosswalk. Remember, honey, she said to her daughter as we waited for the light to turn green, we need to wait for the little white man to appear before we can cross the street. I realized what white people like to exert control over nearly everything everyone does, I thought. But since when did this literally include to cross the street? Oh, man.
Help us.
It's probably lit up white because it's easier to see, right? In the
listen
daytime.
To you justify the racism at crosswalks, sir.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. There's no justification for it.
No.
There's really not.
Yeah, pull back on the hate, Pat.
All right. Part of my surprise here was a function of age. My boys are a few months younger than her daughter, and we hadn't yet tackled the crossing the street component of basic toddler training. But as a black dad, I was struck by the language at play. How is it possible that well into the 21st century, parents all over Manhattan, well-meaning BLM marching parents, teaching their children to ask little white men for permission to cross the street? Seriously? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, this guy does some research into this, too.
And why doesn't this seem to bother them? Technology and necessity propelled the shift from verbal crosswalk cues to a lunar white walking person. But my heart still sinks at the specter of teaching my sons to ask a white man for permission to do, well, anything. Have you ever taught your kids that the crosswalk person is a little white guy? I've never said that to my kids.
Well,
never.
No, I've actually, I want my kids to know specific verbiage. So I say, let's wait for the Caucasian man to tell us to cross, kids. It's madness.
It's just pathetic.
Seriously, we cannot even speak to each other.
The walking person's first major move actually took place in 1971. So he actually went back and looked into it.
Oh yeah, and that lunar white reference he made, that's the specific color according to the National Highway Transportation Safety Board, whatever.
Those bastards.
Yeah.
They mandated that it be white.
Oh, this has been a plot from the beginning. Right under our noses, in fact.
Okay. In 1971, it became enshrined in the Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices, the FHWA Bible, as an alternative to the words walk and don't walk. Wow, that's been going on since 71? For the next 4 decades or so, our little friend slowly, informally replaced its outdated predecessors until 2009. That's when the walking person finally became the FHWA standard, and as the spokesperson says, the option to use words is no longer permitted in newly installed signals. One day soon, every traffic signal will contain the walking person, along with its counterpart, the bright red hand telling folks not to walk.
Bum, bum, bum.
So the little man is actually a little person, but that little person is still white, right?
Make it stop.
It's lunar white, according to the FHWA, a shade of white with yellow and gray accents that mimics the color of the moon.
Not enough.
Lunar white wasn't chosen because it sounds cool. According to the research by the FHWA, the agency spokesperson says moonlight offers the peak sensitivity for the rod cells in the human retina. In other words, our vision is predisposed to favoring the clarity and intensity of moonlight. How racist are our retinas? I mean, you should rip your retina right out of your eyes. Right now.
And I'm tired of hearing that the moon is just reflecting sunlight or whatever it does.
Tear your retina out.
No excuses. Lunar white.
In the end, it's not that the walking man is so super duper white. Rather, his true competitive edge is that he's super duper bright. The use of bright colors offers the greatest contrast against a dark background. Something I figured, I don't know, from page 1.
Not good enough.
No, it isn't.
I mean, don't try to talk your way out of this there.
They do not lend themselves to confusion with other colors and thought to provide the greatest level of comprehension and safety. And there you have it. The government approved origins of the little white man telling us to cross the street at corners in New York. That is pathetic. He even did the research and came up with the fact that it's not supposed to be white. It's supposed to be a lunar color resembling the moon because that's what our eyes respond to best. So you can be safe. I don't care. Make it a black person.
I don't care. I don't care anymore. Whatever, man.
Oh my gosh, that's unbelievable. So we got to cancel the white guy.
Yeah, because
on crossing signals.
And if you switch it to the black silhouette outline, okay, then what? You don't want people to be safe because people can't see. They don't know when to walk and when to cross or not.
What's more important?
I don't know anymore.
The issue of systemic racism or crossing the street safely.
I don't know.
I say the greater problem is the racism.
Ask Bill de Blasio.
Just like with COVID-19, the greater problem, the greater disease, if you will, is racism. Think we've already determined that.
Yeah, okay.